Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, and it's almost May. I don't know why I feel like May should be next week, but it's already happening this Thursday, and that is also when the next 3 kits are releasing, and they're the last ones of the current season for The Sims 4, Motherload season. So I figured it was also about time to do a predictions video and see how much, if anything, I get right about what the next season will be, which will actually overlap with summer. So things could end up being potentially very interesting or not that interesting at all. The first thing is, when will we get the next roadmap? What's pretty wild is that before, they have given us the roadmap for the next season even before the current season has ended. So it's not impossible that we could already have that this week, but I don't think that's going to happen, especially when we do have those kits dropping this week. But with summer coming up, that also is another factor. I think that they'll wait a little bit longer. I think they'll wait until it's a bit closer to summer to reveal it. So probably near the end of May or even early June, but I don't think any later than that. The theme of the roadmap will likely be something that matches with summer. I'm not sure what that would be. I kind of feel like they've already done good summer themes, so it's just harder to guess from there. But I think a travel theme would make sense. I have been thinking they'll do an expansion pack for hotels, which would be perfect for summer. But since half of that would be business oriented, what with the ability to run hotels, I would assume they would let us run hotels and not just visit them. But we just had businesses and hobbies, and then I don't think they would do 2 business related expansion packs in a row. So as much as I really would like hotels this summer, I don't think that's going to happen. Perhaps next year. I think there's a good chance we could get that next year. Businesses and hobbies also throws a wrench into whether we get an expansion pack this summer at all. However, since this year is the 25th anniversary of the Sims franchise, I think we'll get one anyway. Then that would lead us to 3 expansion packs in 1 year. Since we always get an expansion pack during fall, and I think that's more of a given still. Not something I necessarily want, 3 expansion packs a year, since that would logically lead to more very annoying issues and bugs. But what I predict does not always line up with what I desire. They're probably going big for the anniversary, as we already saw with the almost constant flow of stuff we had from January to February. It almost feels weird sitting here now not being overwhelmed with new announcements. It almost felt like at that rate they were going to announce a surprise return of game packs and stuff packs. But no, it actually did slow down eventually. I mentioned in a previous video that there was a calendar that was sent to many of us in the EA Creator Network that has a picture of a band from The Sims 3 for the month of November, which could very well be a hint for the fall expansion pack, especially considering also March features a picture of a burglar, and though we didn't technically get them in March, it was very close. We got that free update on February 25th. For all we know, maybe burglars were supposed to release in March and then things just shifted up a bit. But since bands are a highly requested feature and home businesses were a highly requested feature fulfilled with the businesses and hobbies expansion, I think this summer's expansion pack will be something less predictable, but still matches up with summer. Maybe something involving exploration, like scuba diving. You could actually follow the Sims underwater and not have it be a rabbit hole. There's this ocean exploration idea that first appeared in a September 2024 survey that specifically mentioned exploring underwater landscapes, being able to live on houseboats, fishing from rowboats, and exploring with submarines. Island living barely even scratched the surface of this territory, pun fully intended. So that is something where I could totally imagine them doing a whole separate expansion pack on this sort of content, and it would match up with summer, I think. An alternate idea is something more supernatural, as lots of people want fairies, and it's like we don't get game packs anymore. I still have no idea if we're gonna get any more of those, and those are usually the type of DLC that fulfills our cult needs. But fairies, I don't feel like would be enough to carry a whole expansion pack by themselves, especially with how similar they would be to spellcasters. So maybe alongside them, they'd expand on plant sims, because they're already in the base game, but they don't really do a whole lot and are often forgotten. Honestly, even I sometimes forget they're in the game. So maybe just like what they did with ghosts in Life and Death, they could do that for plant sims. I mean, I'd love to see mermaids be expanded too, but that's more complicated, I think, because they are in island living. They're not in the base game like plant sims and ghosts are. We got so many kits during Motherload season. Hopefully next season we get a little less, but I think we'll still get a pair of them in June to start things off before getting the expansion pack later in July. And then maybe a few weeks after that, we'll get another 2 kits. With stuff packs, they have been missing for a while, but not as long as game packs, and I don't think their hiatus will last as long as game packs, because stuff packs are still easier, smaller packs to make. It's just that they take more effort than kits because you have build, buy, and live mode gameplay. Plus, they have that European team now. Even though they did also make businesses and hobbies, they started off making stuff packs, so they could have already had one in production before they even started working on the expansion pack. A stuff pack, I think, could be an interesting way to end the summer season. Stuff packs can be like kits, just about anything, so it's really hard to pin down a theme. We've already had some summer themed stuff packs like Perfect Patio, Backyard, and Toddler Stuff. If they do another summer themed stuff pack, I could imagine it being centered around pools, because we still don't have pool slides, regular diving boards, or in-pool bars. It'd also be cool if we could have Sims play games in the water, like Marco Polo for The Sims 2, or just like bounce around a beach ball, or play volleyball in the water. Also, maybe even just things like synchronized swimming. That could be kind of interesting. Or pool steps. I've been asking for pool steps since The Sims 3 days, so there's lots of things they could still do with pools, even now. If they keep covering hobbies, maybe they'll do carnival games or arcades, which I think could still match an exploration roadmap theme. For free content, I think that'll be mostly decided by the theme of whatever DLC we end up getting for this season. But most likely, I think we will get more Pride-related content in June. We already had that Sims Delivery Express drop recently. It was an interesting message to show your Pride every day and not just for 1 month of the year. But I don't think that necessarily rules out getting more Pride-related content during Pride Month itself. It's also worth mentioning that Juneteenth will end up taking place during this upcoming season of Sims 4 content, so I could imagine us getting a Sims Delivery Express drop around that time that's themed around that. Most of all, though, they really gotta fix some more bugs. I'm so disappointed with the laundry list that we got recently. They gotta fix the weather, especially. You know what summer can bring? Some nasty thunderstorms. And also the ability for our Sims to shoot lightning into the sky, but mostly the violent thunderstorms part. And I don't want my Sims to get hammered by thunderstorms while inside, whether it's summer or any other time of the year. That's pretty much it for now, so feel free to let me know your predictions for this summer season for The Sims 4 in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching.